Hey, what up, world? My name is Mistah F.A.B, man. I just jumped off the porch, man, with Dirty Glove Bastard, giving y'all our story, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. The airway.
King back and I mean that. Give me all the phase, I need that. Want all the smoke, where the weed at? Don't be the reason I relapse. Run it all back.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. We got Mistah F.A.B, F.A.B Davis Jr., jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
Yes, sir, man. Last time we was out here, we was trying to schedule it, but difficult to scheduling. But man, I'm happy to be here, and I love what you're doing with your platform and giving individuals an opportunity to come up here and, you know, shoot the shoot.
Yeah, nah, for sure, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, bro, like this platform is by real ones, for real ones, you know, and we just want to give opportunity for people to be able to control their narrative and, you know, and just kick some game, man.
Yes, sir.
Like have a real conversation, man. Like no plot twists, no clout chase, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just kicking that real spit. So appreciate you pulling up, jumping off the porch with us, man.
Yes, sir. We here, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go. Let's do it.
All right, so your name stands for money is something to always have, forever after bread.
For sure.
How'd you come up with that, bro?
When I was young, I was going through, as many artists, some people have a plethora of names that are meaningless. And I was just talking to my brother one day, and he was like, man, make your name something purposeful. Make it something that represents you, represents what has been instilled in you, character, integrity, and stand on that. And so after several ideas of just trying to figure out something, it went through several names, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, when we were young, we had a clique, and we was like, you know, you got like the Fab Five. We was the Fab Four, me and my homies. And we was a clique of just athletes and pretty boys, like, you know what I'm saying, young fly dudes, all the girls, like, so the Fab stuck.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody had already identified us with. We was like top athletes. We was, you know, best dressed. We was all that type of stuff, man. So we kept that. I kept that part, and then I added the other part to it. And yeah, man, I've been rocking with it ever since.
Word, that's what's up, man. And you from Oakland?
Most definitely. I'm from North Oakland, man.
Okay.
North Oakland. But I love my city, man. So I'm from all around, you know what I mean? But I'm 45th and Market all day, man. You know what I mean? That's where I'm from.
Now, people from Oakland, people from the Bay, period, just have a lot of pride in being from the Bay and just what it represents. What would you say is one of your favorite aspects of Bay Area culture?
I mean, the town, you know, one thing, you'll get some people from Oakland that be like, man, I ain't from the Bay, I'm from Oakland. They get that serious, you know what I'm saying? Like when you really own it, when you really on that pride, you get folks that's doing that. And, but man, the Bay is an amazing place. And I think sometimes we don't even take advantage of how great it is. The weather, the culture, the food, the people, the opportunities. I think we get caught up in being landlocked. Anytime you're from some place, you really don't really thoroughly appreciate the area demographically. There's certain things that people probably never done. I can imagine somebody from New York has probably never even visited the Statue of Liberty. They've taken it for granted. Just because I can see that I've never visited Alcatraz, and I see it every day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Although to me there would be nothing to go visit, a jail cell to go see.
Right.
But as one of the #1 tourist spaces in the world, people in the Bay Area, in Oakland, we don't be like, we finna go to Alcatraz. And that's right there.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't take advantage of things that's right in front of your face. But when you leave it, you be like, man, I appreciate this space.
Yeah.
So the Bay is like that. And when we dive deeper into the dichotomy of our region, Oakland is so historical in so many different levels of life that it's just an amazing place to be from and very prideful as we represent Oakland.
No, for sure. I mean, the home of the Black Panthers.
Come on.
You know, like there's so much like
Black Panthers, Brown Berets. We want to talk about, you know, the even when we talk about sports, the Oakland Raiders, the Oakland A's. They were teams that were built off, you know, they were rebels. They were rebelling against whatever the rest of the league was doing. You got the Hells Angels. You got a lot of places, you know what I'm saying, that represent Oakland and things that have birthed or spawned from you know, the connection to Oakland. I'll even go as far as talking about the Bloods and Crips, which never officially established themselves in Oakland, but the offspring of what they represented as far as community leaders from the Black Panther lineage. And they went out to LA and they were, you know, it was an offspring of what the Panthers had represented, and now they had created community organization things that in the infancy stages of their creation, it was Black liberation. It was about identifying with, you know, social injustices and standing up for your people and protecting your folks. So all of those things kind of like spin off from you know, Oakland.
No, for sure. And what is it in the water in Oakland and just throughout the Bay Area for hip hop that has made, you know, you guys like so inspirational when it comes to being entrepreneurs, running your own labels, doing it the independent route, and doing it in a very major way?
Man, having the courage to not fail, you know, and then going to go fail, being able to fail, you know, give yourself the ability to fail, but not be judged, not be so held up on having to get it right. There were several mistakes that was made, but we're thankful for some of the greatest forefathers ever. I mean, when you look up and you see some of the people that laid the blueprint down from where we from, they're some of the greatest forefathers. We mentioned it, Too Short, the Godfather, E40, the Ambassador, Mac Dre, the Spokesman, Keek the Sneak. Like, these are JT, the Bigger Figure. These are individuals that laid down an independent blueprint. Master P, like, you know, of course we talk about his homecomings of New Orleans and things of that nature, but the development of his game, of his strategy, of what he was able to visibly see and draw inspiration from was from that Bay Area. Yeah. Kyrie, these are individuals that some people may not know, some people refuse to mention, but you can't erase history. And just because of whatever your personal relationship with these people is, you can't take away what they did. These dudes was independent artists that was selling thousands of records before anybody even knew who they were. Like, I distinctively remember the echoes of LL Cool J coming into the Bay Area and having to be almost upset that he was gonna have to open up for Too Short. He was like, who? Like, open up for who? And they like, dude, this dude's the biggest dude. He's a big guy. LL, like, man, you know, and like I say, these are just the rumors that echo through our neighborhoods. Yeah. But, you know, some of them have been confirmed, and Short was just like, man, I'll go. And he performed, and after he performed, half of the audience left. Like, they was just independent, man. And, you know, last but not least, the greatest and biggest megastar that hip hop has ever seen, MC Hammer. Yeah. All independent.
Independent juggernauts.
Huge. You can't get bigger than Hammer.
Yeah.
Pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Way before anybody ever thought about selling records out the trunks of their cars, or anybody, you know what I'm saying, getting out on foot, on the bus. Yeah. With a bag full of tapes. You know what I mean? Them dudes is icons and legends, man, and what they've done will be studied and it'll be emulated, but it is always imperative that you cite your source.
No, absolutely. And I mean, we see Master P has always paid homage to the Bay, has always talked about Richmond, California, and just that whole area, and him getting that game, just, you know, from some of those forefathers from the Bay. For a young Mistah F.A.B, like, what was influencing you at an early age?
Too Short. Wanted to be like Short. Short and Hammer, them was the dudes that and then the comparison to that, I'll give you a sports reference. Hammer was like LeBron James, to where realistically, you probably was like, I probably won't be able to be LeBron James. I'm not gonna be 6'8", 2% body fat. I won't be able to be this phenom. But Too Short was like Steph Curry. 6'1", 6'2", consistent, deadly shooter, developed, earned skill. You was like, I could be that. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I may not be this mega star like Hammer, but I could be that. I could be that star. And having those two-headed monsters right in my backyard growing up gave me a lot of inspiration.
Did you know at an early age that you wanted to do music, that you wanted to pursue music?
I mean, not being supercilious amongst myself or arrogant and any like that, but I always was a star as a kid. I was the most popular kid in school, one of the most popular kids in my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Always fly, always had like, you know, moms kept me fresh. My mom was an XD girl, so she was a dope, you know what I'm saying, an old school dope boy girl. Yeah. So she dressed me like the nigga she used to mess with. So I was always gators and ballets. I was saucy growing up. So, you know, I was gonna be something. Yeah. I was gonna be a pimp or a drug dealer or, you know, something. I was gonna be, it was something inevitable that I was gonna be. Yeah. So I always had, you know, high hopes and aspirations that I was gonna be something. And when I discovered hip hop, I started writing when my father died. My father died from AIDS when I was 12 years old. And I began writing in my journal lyrics from my darkness. And that was the only light that I was able to experience at that time, because I had yet to forgive my father for dying from AIDS. Yeah. And at that time, AIDS had overshadowed our communities where we weren't thoroughly understanding of what it was actually. Right. And there were many different perspectives on it. And as a young kid, you can only imagine how my mind wandered and drift. And those were the things that I wrote about as a kid. I began transferring my poetry into rap. And it was at that moment where I knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Because as a kid, and you still gain an understanding of just how the world works. So you just looking at it like, man, one of the greatest people who's been around me and who's raised me left me.
Yeah, for sure. You don't understand. And then, you know, my parents was drug addicts, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went through both. I went through seeing my mama on her toes to on her knees. You know what I'm saying? I seen my daddy a heroin addict, man. So it was a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? And so growing up, it was a lot of time spent in my grandmother's house. It was a lot of that, you know, drop you off, I'll be back when I be back. It might go 6-8 months, you might go a year. You know, you never know how long you might go. Yeah. You'll get a few phone calls and, you know, the fake promises from your dad that I'm on my ways. And, you know, after a lot of that, you be like, damn, you stop believing in him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Imagine just sitting on the stairs with a glove in your hand playing catch, and your mama saying, boy, get your ass in the house, he ain't coming. And you got so much trust and belief in it, you just want to go to the park right across the street. But, you know, him never coming, so you kind of lost a lot of trust in that. And then you get the word that he got AIDS and he about to die. You like, damn, we ain't gonna never go to the park. How selfish of me. But hey, I was a kid, man, 11 years old, and you know what I'm saying? That was my reality though.
At what point would you say you jumped off the porch?
Like 13, 14 years old. It was more so about, my mama was working so much so she couldn't control my whereabouts. You know, they ain't had trackers on your phone. There wasn't no phones, like you had beepers. Right. You know, she definitely kept me with a beeper to be like, when I paid you, bring your ass home. Yeah. But we was outside, man. My moms gave me a lot of leniency and taught me the game. And she's just like, nigga, this is what it is. Yeah. You feel me? Do what you gotta do. Go out, have fun. But I wasn't really like a troublesome kid like that though. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the kid out doing all the negligence and negativity. I'm a kid of the hood though. I was outside. You know what I'm saying? Popular in my community, in my neighborhood for sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it was more so about, my hustling was more so selling some weed, help moms with the bills. But nigga never sold no crack or nothing like that, you know what I mean? Very persuasive with the women. So, you know, it was some of that going on. Yeah. At a young age, man. But I won't deem myself as a bad kid.
Right. I mean, you was just, not even necessarily a product of your environment, but some of the things that was around.
What it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
getting how
as
you
I
live.
say, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in like troubles with the law and none of that stuff, man. I was like,
Yeah.
it was cool, man.
And you was hooping at a young age too, right? Yeah.
For sure. Like that sports kept us active. Football, basketball, baseball, we did everything. I even played tennis.
Oh, word.
Yeah, we was an athlete. Like we was one of them, outside kids. We did everything.
Yeah. Talk to me about your mom's connecting you with Donyell Marshall, who was playing for the Golden State Warriors back when you were coming up.
My mama ran a club. She ran a strip club. And it wasn't an actual strip club every day. It was more so an after-hour spot that the ball players would come on Mondays and Tuesdays. And all the Warriors players was coming, at that time, because you got to think, Oakland didn't have a cabaret license and still don't. So this was the only space that they could see some adult entertainment. And my mom was like, she was like the auntie. She was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mama could meet you today and you'll be like, nigga, this my mama. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like that. Like, baby, you hungry? Come on, eat. You smoke? Huh, nigga, roll up.
Yeah.
What you drinking? Like, she was like that. She, you know what I'm saying? And she was like that with everybody. She had a great effect on people, man. And, them dudes was young, man. Them dudes was 22, 23 years old. And they looked at her as like, auntie like moms. And she'd always pop her whip. She's like, man, I got a, single parent. I got a son at home. What y'all, y'all need to come to my son play basketball. He gonna make it to the NBA one day. She be like, for real? She be like, yep, y'all should come to his game. And one day, man, nigga came to my games, man, it threw me off. I was like, I looked up, Donyell Marshall was at the game. I think him, Clifford Rozier. It was like some other folk. I was like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Then Latrell Sprewell and all, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a kid.
Yeah.
This nigga's at school like, cuz this nigga got NBA niggas coming to the game. We was having fun, but moms was like, they took a liking to her, and in that, it was just so crazy because Donyell Marshall had a brother my age that would come spend the summers with him. And he made right by his commitment that he told my mom. He was like, man, when my brother get out here, I'm gonna come get your son, and we just gonna go kick it, man. I'm gonna let them hang out, cause I can't hang out with him, you know what I'm saying, not at these ages.
Right. And
he came and got me, bro, and I'll never forget. He pulled up in a SC 400. This about 94. These when they just dropped. Remember them SC 400? Remember them? Boy, the Lexuses was crazy. You had a 400. Man. Only dope dealers in
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody else was driving like the ES 300.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That boy pulled up in that SC 400. I was like, oh, he pulled up right in the apartments. We right there like, nigga, I'm like, bro, I just watched your game last night. And he like, man, come on, nigga. And he was just hella cool, man. And until this day, man, that's my big brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Till this day, man, dude came and got me, and it became a lifetime thing with us. But he actually saved me from crashing out as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, so I stayed on 44th and Linden. And he stayed off Broadway Terrace. Now, this about a 12-minute drive, if that, but two different worlds. 2 different worlds. 45th was like, it was packed with everything. It was a heroin spot, so you got all the dudes out there hustling. You got crack around, they hustling. 45th always packed, crowded. This is a spot. But a 7-8 minute drive up off the freeway in the hills, and it's like you in Beverly Hills. And I was so shocked, mind blown that 10 minutes away was a whole different life.
Yeah. From
my neighborhood.
Grass greener.
Man, everything different, bro. They had their own Safeway, their own Lucky's, like them as grocery stores. They had their own police department. It was everything up there. And I was just like, damn, right here? Like I had never been up there. And it was right there, 10 minutes away. But it changed my whole perspective of life, man, to let you know that it was possible.
Yeah.
Like Danielle Marshall gave me hope that it was possible, because here it is, you a millionaire, you coming to the ghetto to come get this kid that you don't owe nothing to. He opened up my heart, and to this day, I'm always be forever grateful for dude, man. Dude showed me that it was possible.
Yeah, because I'm sure wherever he's originally from, he came from them same
For
type
sure.
of trenches,
For
like
sure.
where you come from, like where I come from.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So he knew, you know, and how important it was to be able to show somebody that this is possible.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. He, I always kind of get, you know, teared up about it, because it remind me about, you know, how hard my mama fought to just give me an opportunity.
Yeah, no, it's real.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I remember my mama bouncing out on the corner with an old rusty 38 and told them niggas, you niggas bet not sell my son no dope, nigga. And don't let him sell no dope. So she put the responsibility on them.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, I'm holding y'all accountable to not selling no dope.
Yeah.
But nigga, I'm making you niggas watch guards to make sure he don't sell no dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, she was willing to die about me doing something right out here, bro. And she was raw, man. She was a good woman, man.
Yeah, nah, and that's you know, like our moms, you know, I lost my mom just a few years ago, so I feel your sentiment, where it's like, it was on the same tip, like she made sure, and even my partners told me, like, bro, I knew you was gonna be successful as crazy as your mama was, if you brought a seat home,
Right.
or, you know what I'm saying, her making sure, like, screaming out your name, like making sure your ass was in the house when them street lights came on, like, bruh.
My mom was serious about that, because you gotta think, my older brother had already committed to the streets. He ain't had no hope.
Yeah.
Like, my parents had him when they was young. And it taught me a significant lesson in life, that no siblings get the same parent.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? My daddy had my brother when he was 16 years old.
So he was a
He
kid
was
having a kid.
His baby mama was 25.
Yeah.
So he was a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? So she watched what happened to him. My brother then did 30 years in jail. I'm so proud of him now. He home a year and a half. He ain't on parole no more. He doing right, got a job. You know, that was one of my first heroes. But my mama saw what happened to him in them streets, and she was like, nigga, you ain't going out that way.
Yeah.
It's gonna be different. So, yeah, man, shout out to all the mothers, man, that was willing to risk their life, man, to prevent their child from going down an arduous path.
Yeah.
And, you know, and showed up every time. One thing I can say about my mom, she always showed up.
Yeah.
She was emotionally available. She was physically available. And, you know, and one thing she did, she loved me and taught me how to love and how to be loved.
Yeah. And it's important too to give yourself props and make sure to understand that you too had a huge part in that, because a lot of our partners' parents might have been trying to push them in the right direction, but you still have to have it in you to want to move in a positive direction.
Yeah, for sure.
I interviewed Lil D, you know, Del Reed.
Yeah, he had on dope hair. I saw that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Uncle D.
Yeah, man. And he was talking about even how his mom's was like
good parents.
Great parents,
great
was
parents.
on top of him, but he said just him being curious and just wanting to make some more money than what he was ever seeing and understanding, like he was so intrigued by that lifestyle that it you know what I mean, gravitated him to that. So
man,
you know,
lure of the game, as Jay-Z said. The lure was just like, you know, and then with D, it was so crazy because his mother and his father they're some of the most respected people in the city, you know, church going, God fearing, and you can see it in him. Like you say, he made the decisions he made.
Yeah.
But you definitely got to have that discipline on yourself and pat yourself on the back. Cause I didn't, you know, sell crack cause I couldn't. I just didn't want nobody feeling about me how I felt about people that sold my mama drugs. I ain't want no kids looking at me like how I looked at niggas. It was times where I was looking at niggas like, man, I'm gonna kill you one day, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga with a real passion of disdain and hurt. Like, you niggas sell my mama coke, nigga. I don't respect you niggas. Cause y'all the same niggas that sell my mama drugs and then give me drugs to sell.
Yeah.
And that's how the cycle repeat.
Yeah.
So now I'm treating my mama like the people I'm selling drugs to. And I never was able to be brainwashed. You couldn't indoctrinate me into that game.
At what point do you start making music, bro? At what point do you like start taking that serious?
Like 13, 14, Chauncey Anderson heard me rapping on a playground at recess. And he was like, boy, you dope. And I was just like, I'm cool, you feel me? I know one thing, I was funny because I was a class clown.
Yeah.
So I was always, I was witty with the, you feel me? And he was like, man, I got a studio, man, across the street, man, come over there. And he was like one of the counselors at summer camp. And so, moms had already knew him, so it was cool, like, to go pull up. And so we went to Lindell Coleman's studio. And at Lindell's studio, which is Zendaya's uncle.
Okay.
And we went to his studio, and I started recording. Like, Chauncey is the first person to ever put me in the studio and record me. And it was on once I heard that. I'm like, oh, it's on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna this one, you know what I'm saying? And then me and Mondo, I'm saying these names like you know them, but I just, like I said, I gotta always cite my source.
Absolutely.
They know them, and I ain't gonna erase them out of my history. They're my people.
Yeah.
Mondo was like AC Slater when we was kids.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He was that 4-star athlete, damn near 5-star. Like, he did everything. Like, he could have went to any college in the world. You know what I'm saying? In America, he was raw.
Yeah.
But we started rapping. It was Mondo, it was Lamar, and we started rapping, and we would record in Mondo house. This nigga was like a genius, man. This nigga took like an old school boom box, and this was like our 2-track. He'd take the box, he took a broke headphone, plugged it on the wall, that was the mic. He had the whole little, you feel me? It was rigged up in the house, man, and we would record tapes, and we would sell the tapes at school. And we just got popular.
Yeah.
We got popular, man. We got real popular, man. Lamar and Mondo had this group called Cuss. It was Cole and Sam's. And it was just funny, man, just, driving back down memory lane. Niggas was really selling tapes in school, and girls used to just, our fan base was like a lot of the girls, man.
Yeah.
They, we was saucy. So I knew that if I could sell these tapes to these, I could sell them to any girls.
Right.
So we just started rocking, man, and that's how it went, man. I'm telling you, it's like a movie, man. We was like the Wood, man. For real.
And you were known for freestyling early on too. Like that was really your thing.
Yeah.
And you was like in different rap competitions.
Hella competitions, man. As a kid, man, just rapping and just anxious to just flow. Like old school flows, like off the head where you just coming out, you know what I'm saying, and just going. And I got popular for that. I got popular for that from doing it at the house parties. Me and Jay Stalin. Jay Stalin is like a music mogul where I'm from. Another one of those names where a lot of people may not know who he is, but he huge where we from. Independent, but me and him grew up together. We'd be at the house parties, freestyling and rocking the house parties.
Where'd your knack from freestyling come from? And was that something that like a lot of other Bay Area artists was doing? Like, was that something that was kind of, you know what I mean? Because we mainly look at freestyling as being like a New York thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was New Yorked out though. I wanted to be like, you know what I'm saying? I had the pants leg up. I wanted to be like, them niggas was saucy to me. They was fresh.
Trying to be Big Daddy, thought you was Big Daddy Kane.
You feel me? Trying to wild out with the eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? They was the ill. Like, I saw Special Ed and I was like, yo, this nigga ill. Nigga said he had a gold bone, like the dog. His dog had a gold bone. This nigga was ill, bro.
Yeah.
And I think they style of dress, I was always fashion forward. Like, I was one of the only people in my city that was rocking the Averex coats, the Helly Hansons, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was fashion to us. But I would never be able to live with myself if I didn't mention Soldier Mischief, Hieroglyphics, Casual, Saphir, Hobo Junction. Like, them was dudes that was like, they was from Oakland.
Yeah.
That you know, they was hip hop. Even Outkast said that they got their style from Souls of Mischief.
Yeah, Souls of Mischief.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They represent the epitome of hip hop worldwide. And to be blessed to be from Oakland, them dudes was like, damn. I remember watching 93 Till Infinity on the box.
Man.
On Soul Beat.
Yeah.
And I was like, they from Oakland? They was kids. But they was rocking, man. And so, hell yeah, like they was known for freestyling and stuff like that. So we definitely was trying to emulate what they was doing.
Talk about Mac Dre's influence in the Bay Area, and then tell me how you ended up connecting with Thizz Nation.
Dre was like, to the Bay what DJ Screw was to Houston. What Snoop Dogg is to LA and to the culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was the poignant figure that everybody looked up to and idolized. Like, you wanted to be like Dre.
Yeah.
Like, and the crazy part about it is, you ask an older person about Dre and they'll tell you about Mac Dre from the 90s. And then you ask the younger people at that time and they'll tell you about the Dre after he came home from jail.
Yeah.
He changed his whole persona. And it was like, he became marketable to us like it was something we wanted to be. A lot of the younger cats, I can't speak for all of them, I can speak for myself. We wasn't too knowledgeable of the older Mac Dre. Of course we knew, you know, California Living with Coolio, and we knew Too Hard for the Radio, but we really wasn't, you know, deeply immersed into his catalog. But when he came home out of the federal penitentiary, and that boy dropped Trill TV, he dropped a documentary called Trill TV. And Trill TV was like, bro, it showcased him in a whole different light. And we was blown away. Like, this how this fool be living? He had the G-Wagon. He had the, you know what I'm saying? He had the Benz on the Spreewells.
Yeah.
The real Davins with the wood grain. He had the wood grain S500. He had the old school, the trophies, the Cougars, we was like, this nigga had diamonds in his mouth. You gotta think, bro. This 02, 03, niggas wasn't having it like that. You only saw that on TV.
Right.
Like, this nigga got diamonds in his mouth. This nigga platinum chains. He was like, this nigga Dre.
Yeah.
His personality was larger than life. And my cousin Nucci Desmond was actually managing him at the time. And the crazy I told the story a little earlier, that was crazy, that's what I'm saying, because I ain't talked about it in a long time. Nooch was like, bro, let's go get some weed. And they pulled up to the apartments, and I'm on the apartments and I'm looking, I'm like, man, who was this in the car? He bounced out, I'm like, oh, what's up, cuz? I didn't know who you was, nigga. He like, yeah, I got the nigga Mac Dre in the car. I'm like, you got Mac Dre in the car right now? He like, yeah. He like, yeah, niggas trying to get some weed. He's like, auntie got some weed? I'm like, yeah, you know, we got some weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we, you know. So nigga came and bought some weed for my mama. And I was fake way like starstruck. I'm like, damn, what's up, Mac? I was like, what's up, Dre? He like, Cuddy, what's up, Cuddy? It's like this nigga he was just the star, bro. He was like a star. When you seen him, you was like, this nigga a star. And my homeboy B.O.B, who I grew up with because I was getting into a little trouble at it, you know what I'm saying? And my mama would send me to Vallejo, where Dre was from, to go stay with my auntie Susie and my cousin LaJuan. And all my cousin LaJuan friends, they was from the Crest, where you know what I'm saying? So it's just so crazy how things happen. B.O.B, which is one of the homies that we grew up with during them summers, did a documentary called 23109, and it's about the exhibition of speed. And he put it out under Thizz. But Dre saw me on the DVD and was like, Cuddy, your personality, I'm rocking with you. And so we clicked, like, you know what I'm saying, the alignment for the assignment. And man, that short time that we got a chance to to rock with it, it was some great memories going on, man. Some things I'll never forget, and I'm always appreciative to be embraced by Dre the way that we were, man. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody get a chance to get that or have those stories that you could say, I actually rocked with a legend and an icon, you know?
Yeah, nah, for sure. And like you said, before he went to jail, it seemed like his music was like, it was more like reality rap, more street, more grind, you know what I'm saying? And then when he came out, it was like that personality that, you know what I mean? It was like just a whole different vibe.
No, his thing was, he was like, Cuddy, I did too much time to be wasting time, Cuddy. He was like, I've been around nothing but musty nuts for 6 years, Cuddy.
Yeah.
Like, so he was like, I'm not going around any of that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even talk to men after 10, Cuddy. I don't want to be around none of it. And he was like, I just want to party, Cuddy. I'm a rock star, Cuddy.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that was his whole thing. He just was a star, man. He just party, having fun. And then he linked up with the unsung king, right? Which is Andre Nicotina, AKA Dre Dog. And Dre Dog gave him the blueprint. And the blueprint was, stop trying to go to all these major cities and go to the small cities. Go to the Santa Rosa, go to the Petaluma, go to the Ukiah, go to all these small cities where all the white kids is at. And they gon' turn you up. And that's what they did. They started going on tour, and Dre started getting all of those fans.
That's how he developed that cult following.
Became a cult following.
Yeah,
bro.
similar to like how Tech Nine moved around.
Same thing.
Yeah,
same thing. Like,
and I used to read about both of them cats in the Murder Dog magazines back then.
Same vibe. You feel me? Big shout out to Tech Nine too. I love that dude, man.
No, for sure. And you were featured on a bunch of those mixtapes back then too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Thizz Nations, man. It was hard.
Yeah.
We was just young dudes just trying to get on in the studio, and then just like, Cuddy, get on this, dude, drop this. And so me, I was, you know, I'm like, bro, I'm going. What?
Yeah.
I'm the type of dude, I'm showing up to the studio every day. Every day. Still to this day, I stay in the studio. Like, I live in the studio, man.
Yeah.
I love creating, man. You know, I said I'll be done with it when I stop having fun with it.
Yeah, that's
so,
real.
You know, yeah, there's some times, man, they can't take that.
What was it like for you when you dropped Yellow Bus and you started like having multiple labels looking at you and actually trying to sign you? Like, what was that time like for you?
We was fired up, you know, 2005, 2006. We was doing the Hyphy Movement, and like my version of Hyphy just became like the Yellow Bus Hyphy. It was kind of like the thing that distinguished me away from what everybody else was doing. Because, you know, you had Keep. Dre had passed in 2004. You had Short. You had 40. You had the Federation. You had everybody that had their own thing going. And I was like, what's gonna make me stand out amongst all of this? And I went Yellow Bus and created my own wave, like, you know what I'm saying? Rocking with the kids, going to the schools, and I had a Yellow Bus on 26s with hella beat in it and music, so when I pull up, I made it look cool. The kids was like, oh, look at the school bus on rims with beat, with TVs. So they was loving it, so we would pull up to the kids, and I would be talking to the kids and, you know, utilizing the music to get their attention, to give them some, you know, uplifting messages. And that was my, you know, that was the way I was rocking with it. And, you know, like you say, the label started coming. Not only was I doing that, but I was actually making soundtracks to the Hyphy Movement.
Right.
Like, I had anthems. People say whatever they want to say, but regionally, demographically, I had some big records that was coming out of there, and it was resonating with a fan base that I had curated and cultivated, and we was just rocking, man. So everybody that was rocking with me, it was the love.
With the Bay Area being, with the artists being so how can I say it? I mean, like being so independent in the mindset and that, you know, being how a lot of you guys, you know, were winning. Did you imagine back then, or was it even a goal of yours to sign to a major label, or were you just pushing, you know, the independent route, and was that like your main focus?
Nah, we wasn't worried about no major. I remember Dre had came back one day. He was like, Cuddy, they try to offer us 5, cut. I'm like, 5 million? I'm like, nigga, go take it. He like, Cuddy, they just gave Baby and them 30, Cuddy. You don't think we big as Baby and them? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, Cuddy, I'm not taking 5, Cuddy. And so it was like, we was like, fuck it then, nigga, we stand independent. We good with Walt. Walt got us. We gonna get these checks. But, you know, we was young, man. You know what I'm saying? We was young. And then even when I did sign a major deal, I signed a label deal. So it wasn't like, I didn't have no label. I didn't know nothing about a label. In my mind, I just was like, nigga, I ain't no artist.
Yeah.
I'm a boss, nigga. I'm from the Bay. I'm independent. Nigga, you feel me? We do our own thing.
Yeah.
Nigga ain't know nothing about having nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? Inexperience, man, it costs you a lot. But it was a great journey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we wanted to stay independent. We didn't understand, you know, the partnerships of what they could do for us and how they could help.
Yeah.
How they could get us over certain hurdles. And, you know, many of our people have perished because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah, for sure.
To still be able to be here today, though, is a blessing.
Yeah, for sure. And there's several artists who are still in the red,
For
you
sure.
know, from signing some of them deals and signing their
sure.
publishing away
For
and
sure
all
that.
that.
For sure that.
The Hyphy movement, that era, like, changed everything in the Bay, and brought like so much light to the Bay. To just the culture and everything of the Bay. Like, how would you say like it most affected just, you know, the culture overall?
It was so big, bro. Because it was the only thing that actually brought everybody together. Folks that didn't even rock with each other was doing shows and stages and stuff together. We was in spaces and we occupied, and the unity was like, the unity was community. It's the last thing that brought everybody together, that everybody agreed on. And then the people that didn't agree on it were certain individuals that tried it and it didn't work for them. So we know that in life you got builders and destroyers. And anytime a destroyer sees somebody building something, they want to destroy it because they can't benefit from it or profit from it. So there were certain provocateurs that began advocating that it wasn't fruitful. And, you know, that was the beginning of the destruction of, you know, of them trying to tear down what we were building. And it started in a multitude of places. But I think since it was so big, even in rebounding and moving forward, that any time that the Bay is mentioned, here we are in 2026 and we still talking about something that was in 06.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how influential it was. Several areas have had a plethora of different sounds.
Right.
Since 2005, 2006. But our area was so, you know, deeply rooted in that certain media spaces or certain outlets, they can't get up. They're still interested in it.
Yeah.
They're still wondering, how do we know about that all of these years later?
Yeah.
And I think with a lot of the new artists that have trouble navigating through that and articulating it, their first thing is to talk bad about it. You know what I mean? So they could be like, man, fuck that, man. Look what we doing now. Nah, man. You know.
Yeah, because
be embraceful. You know, it was what it was.
Yeah, and it was so impactful. It was something that you couldn't deny.
You can't, man. Still to this day, bro.
Yeah.
Because you still see remnants of it in other people's music.
Yeah.
You still see, oh, okay, you changed the name, but it's still the same.
Yeah.
You know.
And La Russell, he embraces the culture heavily.
Of course, man. That dude is and me not trying to marginalize him at all, but I see a lot of me when I see him. That's why I'm so adamant about protecting him. I'm always advocating for support towards him.
Yeah.
Because I watched how people turned their back on me. I watched how the same people I helped was the same people that flee ship when they saw that it was maybe some leaks in the ship. I'm a huge fan of La Russell.
Yeah.
I feel like he still represents purity. He reminds me of the early Kanye that spoke from his soul. Like, I'm gonna say some things that may not be politically correct. Y'all not finna put me in a box of y'all opinion. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? And he do that. And I love that dude, man. I love that dude because he's so unapologetic in how he approaches life.
Yeah.
He's building, he's growing, he's incorporating, he's reaching back to some of the elders and giving them another light. He's giving them an opportunity to come, you know, benefit with his fans. And he represents this Bay to the fullest, man. And I'm ride or die with that dude.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And what would you say is one of the like wildest moments during the Hyphy era that you can remember that like somebody from today like probably wouldn't even believe or that could never happen today?
Man, every night was wild, brother. Like, brother, you gotta think, bro. You got niggas 19 to 25, right? On hella drugs. like niggas was on pills, syrup, weed. Man, I'm talking about Rick James, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was P-Funk, man. It was really like our psychedelic years. Like, you feel me? The P-Funk, the hippies, and it was every night, baby. It was a wild night. You know, like Dre say, man, he say, last night was a wild night, you missed out. I showed a bitch some beads, she pulled her tits out. When I touched them, she flipped out. Damn near had to knock breakfast out the bitch mouth. Like, it was just crazy like that, bro. Like every night, it might be a sideshow night. It might be we turning up, we pulling up, you know, Short got a show. We coming 40 deep to Too Short show. We going crazy. I got a show. We letting everybody perform. It's wild nights, man. It's party animals, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like college gone, it was like girls gone wild, bro. It was that, bro.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You had to be there.
Bro, you really had to be there. It was like, you ever hear somebody who's in a sophisticated space in their life nowadays that they try to act like their college years didn't exist?
Yeah.
Or when they get around some of their college friends, they get to talking about, nigga, remember the time you fucked 3 niggas that night? Like it was that, bro. Yeah. It was wild. But it was fun, bro. It was love. It was togetherness. It was community, and beyond that, we was getting some money, man.
Yeah.
We was getting some money, man. For real.
Your song Ghost Ride was like, it gained so much popularity, but then also was getting so much scrutiny, you know, from like people, you know, talking about like ghost riding the whip and how that was, you know, something that was so dangerous. What was your thoughts? I know you were just saying too about people, you know, trying to start the destruction of the Hyphy movement. Is that one of the things that you feel?
Yeah, it was nitpicking. You know, people, they hate what they don't understand and fear what they can't conquer, you know? And Too Short had told me, he like, man, do a song about ghost riding, man. That's the only thing that people is befuddled about. They want to know what the hell is ghost riding. And so I did a tutorial about it. I actually was on Hannity and Combs, Fox News, and sitting down with some of these, you know, right-wingers and left-wingers. It was like real political atmosphere. They were trying to blame ghost riding for the reason that some of these deaths had occurred. And how I put it to them, I killed them. I said, if a man gets on a bull and he rides in the middle of the street and he loses his life, it's one of the most dangerous things in the world. It's hazardous. But if that same man creates a controlled environment and he gets on that bull in a controlled environment, it's now called the rodeo. it's not about what we were doing. It was in the spaces that which we were doing it. So if you contain these things and you put them in controlled environment, this is one of America's favorite pastimes. The good old American way love to go watch the Indy 500. They love NASCAR.
Yeah.
These are cars. These are cultural. This is celebration. If we embrace culture and we put it in controlled environments, here it is, you have something that will live forever. Who would ever think that a big old truck smashing other cars could go city to city and sell out? And then we call it monster truck. So everything was just about controlled environments, but ghost riding was one of the things that were, you know, it was the nitpicking of it. And hey man, I don't regret none of it, man. I don't regret none of it. I lived, I learned, I had fun. I traveled all around the world. And 20 years later, I'm still, you know, enjoying the fruits of my labor.
Yeah. And then the folks that made the Ghostbusters tried to come for you.
For sure, Ray Parker Jr., he wasn't clearing that. He was like, nah. And you talking about riding cars and you doing Waymo before Waymo. Like you know what I'm saying? So it was dope though, but we still, you know, it had got banned from Viacom outlets, so they wouldn't play the video. But we all know anytime you take something away from people, they just want it more.
Yeah.
So it actually made me bigger.
Yeah.
It made me huge. Like I was huge. I was like, I don't want Soulja Boy to get mad at me, but I was probably one of the first artists to go viral. Ghost riding was viral.
Yeah, yeah.
Early YouTube days, you had the ghost riding grannies. You had everybody was doing ghost riding was viral. So they was taking my song and just going viral with it. And I was going to go do it like all them college parties, and all they wanted to hear was go. I got sick of Ghost Riding. I hated it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm not performing that song, bro. Like, nah, bro. They done made it corny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it became one of them joints, man.
Yeah.
It became one of them joints. And I feel like it still has life. It still has like its viral moments where they still want to do it. It's still used in commercials. It's still, so we ain't seen the last of that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Now, KMEL, the top station up there in the Bay, you had an issue with them where they stopped playing your music on their station and you were being blackballed by the station. Do you feel like that affected your career and like some of your success that you could have, you know, would have, should have had?
For sure, but God don't make no mistakes. He the greatest architect. And if you obey the laws and the commands of God, then you'll understand eventually what you didn't understand. As a child, when I was a child, I thought as a child. So at the time that it was happening to me, I was deeply affected. I was emotionally distraught. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, bro, here it is. I'm in position to change the whole scenery of the music game. I got the charisma to do it. I'm able to advocate what's going on. I could speak. Malcolm X became so important to the Muslims and the Nation of Islam because he could speak. Mm-hmm. He had a way with words. Mm-hmm. That was amazing, and no one could speak like him. My ability to speak was uncanny, was second to none. So you muted my voice, and I eventually lost millions of dollars. I lost millions of dollars, man, at 22, 23. Wow. But it saved my life. As I get older, that's how I look at it. At 24 years old, with them millions of dollars, they would have killed me. I'm too flamboyant, arrogant, can't tell me nothing. I'm silly with the jury at that time. Yeah. I'm stupid. I'm 3 Rolexes. Hell, it's like just cuz.
And that was back when cats was wearing the chains and the pieces that was coming all the way down to your stomach.
Like I remember T-Pain said, bro, I went and got the big ass chain because I seen your chain.
Yeah, yours was ridiculous.
I got the B.O.B chain. I got the Mistah F.A.B. I'm stupid. I'm dumb at the time. I'm like, you feel me? I'm like, woo, like what we on? Paul Wall grill. I'm diamonds. I'm immature, man.
Yeah.
But I was young. I come from nothing. So of course I'm finna stunt. But them niggas would have killed me if I would have had all that money at that time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And God spared me. God spared me because he was like, you ain't ready for that.
Yeah. And even with that, nothing slowed you down. Like it was like, all right, like this not working, so you just pivot.
Yeah, I dove into community, man.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful. Like I say, all right, y'all muted me for a second. 15 years to be exact. Of being banned from the radio. You know what I'm saying? After having your voice muted, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn. But you still learn to communicate.
Yeah. And you understand how valuable your voice is, like how much impact you have with what you're doing. I'm sure at the time you like, damn, why they taking my song off the radio? Why they fucking with me? But
you know, I felt persecuted. But you understand sign language when your voice is muted. And I realized the signs.
Yeah.
So I dove into community. My voice was needed in other places. My voice was needed in the community. Henceforth, this year, it'll be the 21st annual backpack giveaway, toy drives, scholarships. I dove into community.
Yeah.
Dove in giving back to the kids. I built a basketball court in my neighborhood, refurbished things. I did, you know what I'm saying, opening up an academy. I built a clothing store. I got a nightclub. I have the biggest emotional support group, men's wellness workshop in Northern California.
Yeah, speak on that. Like, don't you do it like on Wednesdays or something like that?
Every other Wednesday we do this thing called Thug Therapy. And it's a mental wellness check-in space, which is held at my nightclub, Desi's, that I named after my mother. And it's just basically a space that gives men permission to be vulnerable, to talk about some of the things that has been bothering them, to express the layers as we unravel them, and discovering the whys. Who hurt you? Who helped you? The trauma that we walk around with. Letting them know it's okay to not be okay.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? When my mother died, bro, I dove into a bag of depression and didn't even know I was depressed.
Yeah.
You'll be depressed and not even know you're depressed.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You doing everything regular, but then you sit back and when the smoke clear, you be like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? And especially a lot of black men, we don't get permission to be, we don't get permission to cry, bro.
Right.
You ask the average black man, bro, when the last time you had a good cry? Nigga like, crying, nigga, I ain't crying, nigga, I'm a real nigga.
Right.
Whole time, nigga, they holding on to things. They holding on to trauma.
Yeah.
They still ain't forgave their mama.
Yep. Yeah.
They holding grudges with their daddy. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's things like that, bro, where you'll start having a conversation with somebody and it'll go left. Nigga get to talking about, man, my mama always put niggas before me, man. She never came to my game. She was like, bro, you still got some vendetta versus your mama.
Yeah.
And you'll never be able to fly free with that weight on your back.
Yeah.
So Thug Therapy, man, has introduced a platform and a space that many people have taken advantage of to get in there and say, bro, I'm unraveling and I'm thankful because I didn't know how layered I was.
Yeah.
And minus the clinicians and minus the people that, you know, that used analytics as a ploy to diagnose people or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not against clinicians. I'm not against the therapists and the psychologists, but many of us we've been anti-therapy.
Yeah. Because
we associate it with white people shit.
Yeah, yeah. And it feel like somebody judging you.
They judging you or they taking data on you to report to you and they like, nah, you're not finna take what I'm going against. And,
right.
and I think it all started when we was young. I remember my mama used to be like, I used to have to see a counselor, Miss Crow, right? And she used to always say, don't tell that white woman none of my business.
Yeah.
If they ask who live here, you don't mention nothing.
Yeah.
Don't tell them I smoke. Don't tell them white people my business. So I used to have Miss Crow thinking I was crazy as hell or she was crazy. She'd be like, so how you doing today, Stanley? I'm like, cool. You good? Is everything all right at home? Yeah, is everything all right in your home? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, so, because my mama told me, man, she was like, and if your stupid ass tell them something, they gonna come take your dumb ass.
Yep.
So you damn near was terrified to tell them something, you know, CPS was gonna come and get you.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a great form of release, man, and therapy with the brothers. So, like I say, all that happened because of me being, you know, being on the radio. And it's so funny that 2 weeks ago, I just had a conversation with one of the brothers that, you know, that worked at the radio station, and I told him, thank you. He was like, what? I said, thank you, bro. Like, you know, you saved my life. He was like, in his mind, he like, nigga, I banned you from the radio. Nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I had whatever I had towards you, it was what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, bro, I look at the silver lining in it. You know what I mean? And it was like that moment when Detroit Red, when Malcolm had went to go see West Indian Archie, and he told him in the movie, I don't know if y'all seen Malcolm X, but he told him, he said, I wasn't gonna kill you, Red. I just had my rep I had to protect. And so me and Dude had a conversation like that, man. And it was amazing, man, to finally get certain things off. And it's a beauty, like, you know, to watch it now. Like hearing myself on the radio 2 nights ago was dope. I hadn't heard myself on the radio in a long time. So to hear them playing a new record with me and T.I., that was dope, man. I was like, yeah, come on, life go full circle.
It's crazy how something that seems so bad in the moment can allow you to pivot and become a greater version of yourself. And then when like how you're able to now get this play on the radio, right. It's like, damn, it's actually perfect timing.
Right. That's like I say, man, God don't make no mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, my grandmother used to always tell me, baby, you want to hear God laugh, tell him what you're gonna do. It's already set out for what he got a plan for you. You just got to stay on your purpose. And I've been living in my purpose and my passion, starving my distractions and staying disciplined. And the doors that God has been opening up for me has been amazing. And I'm gonna be an advocate for that everywhere I go. I'm gonna tell them about the glory of God.
Yeah. I created a men's group here that I've been doing every other month called Excel, a men's mental cleanse experience. And something that I learned from that was what you were saying, like, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
And I was finding that, like, fellowshipping with these brothers and having these conversations, like I was hearing things that I never expected to hear, where like partners that I have, people that I know in the industry that I even revere in a certain way because they in a certain position, but then they talking about, hey man, like a year ago I was going through something and I wanted to take my own life. Or I wanted to, you know what I mean? And this is my first time ever even saying this out loud.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, you know, like I've been able to create something where people can even feel that comfortable to even talk about that. But it's so important that we create more of these outlets.
Yeah, we need them everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like these fellowships is, bro, they save lives, bro.
Yeah.
Cause when you hear some of the brothers that get up in there and some of the stories they share, you be like, ooh, oh, it makes sense. That turned blood into a killer.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to him, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to disclose some of the things that go behind closed doors, but if you could read between the lines, some dudes was like, you know, a lot of stuff happened to us. Their innocence was corrupted.
Yeah.
Some was stolen from them at a young age, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there are some egregious things that go on in our communities, man, that we overlook and we undermine. And you don't know what it does to somebody's psyche. Yeah. And so the fellowships are amazing. And then I've been utilizing my influence to bring in brothers. So Sway Calloway came and spoke, Big Brother Sway, Ryan Cougar. Like when we did Ryan, the line was like, we couldn't even get everybody in. It was people that had to watch from outside. It was so many people, like, you know what I'm saying? Sinners just had dropped. He was doing all the media runs, and he was like, cuz, you know, me and Ryan grew up with each other. So he was like, cuz, you know, I ain't never had this kind of conversation with nobody, how it's gonna go. He was like, man, I got like 30 minutes for you. I do like 30 minutes. We end up talking for 3 hours.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? So my little cousin, Marshawn Lynch, he came, and it's been dope, man, to see the people that we get to come talk and how people come in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Steph Curry and like, you know, so it's been big, bro. It's been big and it's very helpful, man. And I'm just thankful that God is using me to do the work.
Yeah, because I know it has to be so fulfilling to be able to build a platform like you have and then be able to, you know, not only change the lives of your family, you know, from money and resources
Right.
and things like that, but to be able to have a voice and the platform to be able to help change other people's lives.
Come
you
on,
know,
bro.
Something even more valuable than money, for
Bro,
real.
like, to me, bro, I'm gonna keep it real, bro, you know. I'm a hustler, so I'm always have a certain situation and view on money, like, you know what I'm saying, on how to get, but I ain't never had no problem making money, but
Yeah.
that money shit don't even be important, bro. Like, you feel me? You be like, bro, I done watch niggas crash out for change, bro. Chump change, bro. I had a homeboy tell me, bro, he was like, bro, you know, I've been in jail for 22 years for killing a nigga for a pair of Jordans I can't even fit no more.
Wow.
And the reality of that is crazy. And it's like, bro, the older you get, Alexander the Great, as he stood on the precipice of his death, he arranged a meeting with his council. And he had 3 orders. He said, bring me the 6 greatest doctors in the land. Clear out all my banks, whatever, the vault. And as I'm carried to my grave, leave all the money. And put my hand out my casket when you carry me. And so his loyal subject asked him, why? He said, I want to take the 6 best doctors to let them know that nothing they could do could save me. It's my time to go. There's no medicine that can be created to give me more life. It's my time. I want to leave all my riches down to let you know that you can't take nothing with you. And leave my hand out so the people can see that I'll return as I came, empty-handed. None of this can come with me. For my life will only be of what you guys will talk about of it. But I can't take nothing with me. So when you start living like that, bro, you don't even be tripping on the money. And that's when God really kick in, bro.
That's when
That's when the blessings
come.
really kick in, because then it'd be like, you be getting money from places, you be like, damn. You might wake up and it's $50K deposited in your account for,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it is what it is, man. You know, I just hope that people get to that level of joy, man, and a level of understanding in their life at peace. And man, I'm there, bro. I'm at that level in my life, bro, where I'm just like, bro, peace is more important than anything, bro. I be thankful for small stuff now, where I used to be ungrateful. You know what I mean? And now I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful that I could call my uncle and be like, "Uncle, come to Atlanta with me, man. Come holler." You know what I'm saying? Don't gotta worry about nothing. You don't gotta spend nothing. Just come chill with me. And we go around the country. We go around the world. And, you know, he got a hell of a story, man. My uncle. And watching him, what he doing in the community now with saving these kids' lives. And, you know, he deal with the most affected and infected kids. He deal with the kids that's, man, Matt, come here, bro. They gotta, you feel me? Just get a piece of this, bro. Like, he deal with all the gangbangers. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he putting his life on the line to save their life. From a lifeline that we created. So that'd be a beautiful thing, man. To the world, y'all already know, man. Y'all don't never see me without Unc. And this Unc the Hunk, man, I want to introduce him to y'all, man. Off the porch, man. It's Unc the Hunk. And this, you sleepy?
You off the porch?
Is your mama off the porch, nigga? So we it's dope, man. Like, you know, our tag teaming is like on Harlem Nights, man. It's like, you feel me? It's different. Like, if I'm Slick, he Ray, or if I'm Ray, he Red Fox.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So we Red Fox and Lamont, man. But it's beautiful, man, to watch how we utilize and influence to make an impact in these kids' lives.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like I was saying, it has to be just so fulfilling to be able to just use the platform, you know what I'm saying, for good and to be able to help change other people's lives. And especially because when we were speaking earlier too, and talking about even how, you know, somebody came into your life to help to inspire you and change your perspective.
That's why I do it, bro. Like, I was telling Anasia this morning, I was telling her that the hero and the villain are the same person. Superman and Lex Luthor are the same person. Something happened to them, but they responded different. Superman saw Krypton being blown up and destroyed, and he said, man, I'm finna go to Earth and not allow that to happen to y'all, what happened to mine. And Lex Luthor said, nigga, I'm finna go kill y'all. Y'all finna go experience, y'all blew mine up, now I'm finna go tear y'all up. But the hero and the villain are the same person. It's just how they respond to the adversity that they was faced with in their life. One goes out and says, I'm never gonna let nobody go through what I went through. And the other goes out and says, I'm gonna make everybody go through what I went through. But they the same person.
Yeah. Now, Mr. F.A.B, you done had so many like different aspects of your career. Like, I mean, from, you know, just coming up in the Bay, independent, signing to a major, being, you know, one of the leaders of the Hyphy Movement. You know, you were also like in the battle rap scene, you know what I'm saying? You battling Royce the 5'9" in New York and, you know what I'm saying? And being like in that whole scene, like, what would you say is like one of the favorite like aspects of your career thus far?
Bro, just to be blessed to have a career. You know what I mean? I did it all. I'm thankful.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I've been able to dwell in all types, like, at one point in my life, I was on tour with Snoop Dogg, right? And right after I got off tour with Snoop Dogg, I went on tour with the Grouch and Zion I. Now, some people might be like, who the hell is that?
Man, Zion I was so hard.
But Zion I, like, rest in peace to Zumbi, these dudes is like underground, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was that. And then the Grouch is like, the Grouch so huge, bro. Like, he's just an underground, super hip hop extraordinaire. Like, you go to his shows, you see 1,000 kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? You may not know none of his music, man, but they know every word.
Yeah.
And not many people get a chance to do that, man. Not many people get a chance to go out on tour with a Snoop, then come out and go tour with Souls of Mischief, or go tour with. I was able to do the mainstream and the underground and be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pay dues with Murs.
Yeah, shout out to Murs.
I did all that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And be embraced amongst my peers, which is a rarity.
Yeah.
Not often do you get a chance to be embraced amongst your peers for all things that you do.
Nah, for sure. And I mean, like I mentioned, the battle rap circuit that you was in.
I'm battling Jen, I'm battling Royce the 5'9", I'm battling Arsenal, I'm battling Charlie Clips, I'm battling all, you know what I'm saying? I'm battling John the Don. They like, nigga, how?
Right.
Then on the flip side, I'm writing songs for B.O.B. I'm writing with Chris Brown. I'm writing, you know what I'm saying, for Too Short. I'm writing for Snoop Dogg. I'm writing songs for them. Then I'm doing my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, bro. Like, bro, if it all ended today, bro, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know?
On the writing tip, I feel like a lot of people don't even know, like, you've written some hits on the low.
Yeah.
B.O.B. Headband.
For sure.
You
like,
know,
man,
Chris Brown, Loyal.
Played a part of Loyal, man, with doing that, man, with Ty Dolla and Bobby Brackens. They had already had the record going, and they wanted Short on it. So for me to be able to, you know, write Short part, and you know what I'm saying, bro, it was, hey, it's been cool, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been cool, and this the greatest part. The best is still ahead of me. You know? The best is still ahead of me, man, and that's how I look at it. I'm still convivial about anything that I'm doing in life.
Yeah.
Even all the bad stuff in my life never made me bitter. I never approached it like a bitter person. And I had all right to be.
Yeah.
I had all right to be a bitter nigga, man. Like, you feel me? Getting banned from the radio, getting dropped, getting ostracized, getting took off songs, getting took off tours, being like, you know what I'm saying? Being pigeonholed, being blamed. Like when the Hyphy Movement went off and went bad, everybody blamed me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all these other niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas say, what they mad at me for? What I do? So, you know, I never took the bitter route though, bro. I never was a nigga that was bitter. I never hated on nobody. And everybody had something to say about me. Like niggas was just, I'm like, damn, bro, you too?
I think it was because you were able to garner so much success, but then you moved in such a carefree way, and you were able to maneuver through all of these different, like, you know, genres, groups, you know what I'm saying?
Still to this day, that's how I live. Like, I be in the hood parked, brand new Maybach. Niggas just like, bro, you just chilling in the hood? What you doing? Like, bro, I'm just chilling, my nigga. Niggas like, bro, you crazy, bro. What you got going on, bro? I say, bro, I'm living, bro. I'm a firm believer, bro, that you know, God got me.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, you always moved, you know, like a businessman, you know, in the industry and through your career. What advice would you give artists today, like about owning a brand and not just the music?
Hey, it ain't for the faint. I'll tell you that. Being an independent artist, being an entrepreneur, hey man, it's a lot of work. It ain't no off days. We always on the clock. It's always something to do. It's always building, living, being your brand every day. Putting that work in, putting all your money up. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be times where you might not see no profit. You might not see no profit for a long time. But you gotta keep pushing, man.
Right.
You gotta keep building.
And through all of your experiences, bro, what would you say is one of the biggest life lessons that you've learned?
To be emotionally available to my children. My daughter was my greatest lesson. My daughter done taught me more than anything in life. That's the greatest thing in the world to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? She taught me how to love again. When my mama died, I had a trouble loving. It was like, I'm protecting my heart. Like, man, I ain't never loving nobody like that again. That hurt is crazy. Yeah. Your mama died, man, that's the coldest hurt in the world, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that hurt. Woo. That hurt is different, bro. But my daughter showed me how to love again, and she gave me hope at love.
Right. What's something that you teach your daughter, something to value more than money?
How to think and not what to think. It's important that you teach your children how to think. Yeah. So they won't always just shadow what your thoughts are. They'll be able to speak for themselves. They'll be able to set boundaries. They'll be able to think outside of the box. They'll be able to curate their own identity. It's unfair for a child to have to live in the shadows of their parents' success. We all want our children to have it easier than we did. But we have to give them a path that they chose. And you meet them there. Yeah. I don't want you to be who I want you to be. I want you to be who you want to be. And I'm gonna meet you there with all the tools that I can provide for you. And as a parent, your role is to prepare your child for your death. On how to live on when I'm not here. Yeah. Whether it be through these tools that I've left you, some game that I gave you. But to me, it's more so about the love that was poured into you. When my mother died, there was no regrets. My mama loved me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It wasn't no regrets. Every day my mama told me she loved me. And so, like, I'm a mama's boy, even to 15 years after her being dead. Yeah. Like, I'm a mama's boy. Like, my mom was my favorite person in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I was with my mama. My mama, like I said, me and my mama did everything together.
Yeah.
You can ask my friends, nigga, you'll see my mama in the dice game with me. Like, nigga, Betty hit. Nigga, she be back there like, nigga, Betty hit. Nigga, I ain't never seen a nigga mama in the dice game with him, betting with him. Nigga, Betty hit. Feel me? That's how my mama fucked with it, though.
Yeah.
We going somewhere, nigga, you got your pistol? Yeah, good, give it here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ride or die, bro.
Nah, that's what's
Ride
up.
or die.
Yes,
and
sir.
so she prepared me though, you know, it was hard to let go, but I'm thankful, bro. I'm thankful to have a love like that, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas don't get a chance to have that kind of love.
Nah, that's real.
And a lot of people was jealous of that. They be like, oh, nigga, your mama's boy. Nigga, your mama do everything for you. Nigga, you mad because your mama don't do nothing for you?
Hey, come on.
Nigga, you mad because my mama love me, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was all
They really are though.
Yeah, nigga, you're not finna make me feel bad because my mama love me, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So,
Nah.
hell yeah.
Nah,
It was,
for real.
Yeah, big shout out.
What do you work so hard, you know, in your career, but then also like in the community. What do you hope that your legacy will be when people look at you?
You know, I used to care about legacy. I really did. The only legacy I care about now is my son. My son's name is Legacy. Legacy, a legend. My daughter's name is Liberty Forever. But I used to really care about legacy, bro, and then I had to realize the small thing in life. This is so simple. And I hope this kind of like touched some of y'all. In 100 years, everybody that you know and everybody that knows you will be dead. And nothing you did will matter. I'll ask you a question. What's your great-great-grandmother's mother's name?
I can't answer that. Great-great-grandmother's mother? Nah.
That's only 3 generations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll ask you, for those that's watching, without asking your mama, without asking your oldest relative, right now, just off the fly, what's your great-great-grandmother's name? Some may know their great-great-grandmother, but what's your great-great-grandmother's mother's name?
Right.
You know your great-great-grandmother's mother's name? That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Nobody ain't teaching you it.
I'm just saying though, but
Yeah,
what
they forgot about it already.
in retrospect of legacy, how we put so much effort on that and folks is talking about legacy and that, but it really don't matter because in 100 years, nobody gonna know anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can cement it and you can document it and you can do that, but it won't matter. Just live your life, man. Find peace.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're Muslim, Christian, whatever, because the greatest thing that you can become at the end of the day is a human being.
Real spell.
It wasn't about how great of a Christian you were or how great of a Muslim you were or a Buddhist or whatever. It was, were you a human being? Did you experience the experiences of being a good human? Because there's some people that got the good word, but they not good people. I know people that go to church every day and they ain't shit. And then I know some people that's never been to church a day in their life and they the sweetest people in the world. Kindest people, most caring people.
Yeah.
I know some brothers that go to the mosque and they fighting demons on a daily. Then I know some brothers that live in tents and they the most angelic people in the world. So all of the religion, all of that man, be at peace, bro.
Yeah.
Become a human being, bro. Because that's all that's going to, at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Nah.
So to answer your question in a nutshell, I don't really care about legacy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just care about living my life and knowing while I'm here that I made my mother proud, and I made my daughter proud, and I made my son proud. And when I'm gone, hopefully I can give them some tools to make their life a little bit better. Because if life is here, then death isn't. And if death is here, then life isn't. So why should I worry about it?
Yeah. No, that's real. What you working on right now? What's some things you got coming up that you're excited about that you can talk about?
We got hella stuff, man. We do a lot of community stuff, a lot of community works. When we go back home, once a month, my uncle been doing these community feeding, like block parties. Go get hella food, hella clothes, and go give it to the people. That's so rejuvenating, man, and it's like to be able to help people, to put paint where it ain't. So we big on that. My 4th book is coming up.
Okay.
It's called If You Have Air, You Have Action. I'm excited about that. It's just like affirmations. My album, which is, I drop a lot of projects. If you go to my Apple Music and stuff like that, my catalog is very extensive.
Oh, yeah.
I drop a lot of projects. But I haven't dropped the album that I actually just like put intentional interest in a long time. And this project will be one of those projects.
Okay.
It's called Hustlers and Fiends. It's produced by S.A. Podna, one producer. I have a collection of several collaborations with, my friends and my brothers throughout the country. And right now we just pushing a single. The single was with me and T.I. It's called Nope. And that's what we're doing right now, man. So we just constantly keep doing that. I own a nightclub at home, as I talked about in the aforementioned. So we've been building the club. Desi's been like the go-to space. A lot of people go there. And we just putting on, man. We continuing to keep putting on and keep growing. And, whatever else God has in design in my playbook, I'm going to run the play.
Yeah. Any new releases from Dope Era?
Hell yeah. We release something every week at Dope Era, man.
Word.
Ain't no stopping. We opening up a brand new store, not too far away from our last flagship store, but opening up a store. Dope Era is like a community hub. It's a development space, and we do so many pivots from there. So our clothing line is constantly always evolving. We recently released some shoes. They went viral, sold out super fast. A lot of stuff, man. What you got popping? Oh, you hella boosty.
I don't got no mic. Can you hear me? No way.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
You can hear me? Listen. Got him.
I heard something.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. You can hear yourself, man. What you got popping? Talk loud enough. They can hear you.
I don't know. I don't got much going. They do the same things I always got going on. Just trying to be effective in my community and continue to try to guide these kids in a better direction. Understanding that people like me already probably paid the price of what the lesson look like for the activities that go down in the street, and just try to say, hey, you don't gotta go through it like I went through it. I think that's the most important part. A lot of people who get back on the other side of right after they've been down the wrong path, they just leave a blank, empty space in the community because they don't go back and tell their story. They allow the other people to continue to tell the fake story.
Yeah.
Without coming back and telling the real story after you've been down that road. You got the best information, but sometimes you either be scared or you just don't want to go live that life again because you got to talk about it. So when you got to talk about it, sometimes you got to relive it. But I think the reliving it part is the part that helps you continue to grow inside of it. And a lot of people get away from that point. So I just try to continue to be, to use my pain as my purpose and my lessons as, to make my lessons valuable to more than just me, because it's valuable that I went through it and learned from it, but it's also could be valuable that I went through it and I can pass it on. And I just continue to try to do that.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people get the misconception that the youth don't want to hear from the OGs, and it's like what he was just saying. A lot of times, like the OGs, the cats that came before us, be scared to come back and share their stories, and therefore, like, there's always this disconnect. But I think a lot of
people just don't want to put the work in to first gain their trust.
Yeah.
And they think that just because they got something to say that it automatically come with being heard. And it doesn't, because a lot of our kids already been let down by the same person you coming as, a grown man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they already got grown man pain.
Like a person feel like you supposed to listen just because I got something to say.
Yeah, because I'm grown.
Yeah,
right.
But somebody else that was also that looked like you, that was my father, my grandfather, my uncle, never showed up for me.
Yeah.
So now that you show up and got something to say without even wanting to first understand what I'm going through, to not be in a position to come with a conversation that's more so judging me than trying to help me. You know what I'm saying? And then you come and saying something without first showing me that I can believe in what you're saying.
A trust agent.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So without being willing to put in the effort that first grade may chest, and be somebody that they think they should be able to listen to based on what you showed them by being in their life and not talking to them about their life, it'll give them a better opportunity to open up to you, because if they don't open up, you can't fix them.
For sure.
You can't fix a wound unless you open it up. You can't do surgery unless I cut you open.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So unless I can cut you open by getting into you, I can't really do no work with you. You know what I'm saying? I just think that for a lot of older people that come with a lot of challenges, and they come with like, and I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, they more than listening.
For sure. They want to listen.
They more than listening, and what they listening with you, they listening to what you doing. They not listening to what you saying.
This nigga cooking.
So if you ain't doing, you know what I'm saying, what they think fit, that look for them, they ain't gonna pay no attention. So the first thing we gonna say based on that is that, man, the youngsters don't listen. That ain't true.
So.
Yeah, no, that's real. Man, Mistah F.A.B, you got any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here, bro?
Yeah, shout out to the whole Bay Area, man. Shout out to all the artists that's doing their thing out there, man. The One Umbrella Mob. Shout out to the whole family, man. What Ghazi is doing with the One Umbrella. Shout out to Filthy Rich. Shout out to shout out to S.O.B. coming back together. That's huge. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Slimmy, that boy, Young T.O. That's huge for the Bay Area, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Pablo. I'm up, but I ain't up in front of the stove. Shout out to Lil Bear. Like, it's a lot of artists that's popping right now, man, in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And they on fire. Shout out to Young Bari and Boss Life with Spitz, man. Listen, man, it's so many artists that's just on fire right now. Shout out my brother Filthy and the whole FOD movement. And everybody that's popping, the Chris Lockage, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, man, that's in the Bay, man. We love y'all, man. We love y'all for doing what y'all do, man. To everybody that come to Music Mondays, we got a big platform called Music Mondays at Desi's. To all artists, it's an open mic, and people come from all walks of life to come perform, man. And they've been doing a hell of a job. So shout out to all the artists and the Dope Air team, man. Tay, Lil Cuz, Goldie, Mike, you know, everybody, man. If I miss you, blame the head and not the heart. It's always in the right place. But we thankful, man, the Dope Era, the city of Oakland, the Bay Area, and most definitely, man, my kids, man. But, you know, shout out to you, bro, for offering a platform like this for several artists, man, to come up here, and hopefully y'all can learn something. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer that you know, this might not do 1 million views. This might not do all of the views, because I'm not talking about no clickbait. I'm not talking about no negative. I'm not trying to bait none of y'all into, you know, I'm not giving y'all no fake fabricated gangster tales. I'm just telling y'all my real life, man. But I hope that my authenticity, being authentic, can show y'all that you can still be yourself and still reach the same platforms without having to lie, without having to be a killer or some, you know, a drug dealer or a gangster. You could just be yourself, man. All I was a kid with a dream. And here I am years later, still living in my dreams, bro. Traveling all around the world and getting welcomed into spaces 3,000 miles away from home. So it's nothing but love, man. Y'all continue to keep building and keep going after your dreams. And don't let nobody tell you that it ain't possible, because it is.
Man, real recognize real.
Yes, sir.
Mistah F.A.B, appreciate you pulling up, jumping off the porch with us, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna be able to do it. If they ain't talking about a meal to stop, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm too old to talk about having eyes.